This kid's parents are super weird. So this one kid, Caleb, goes over to his friend's house after school. They're playing games, hanging out, it's nice. The mom asks, "You want to stay for dinner?" He says yes, it's spaghetti night, everyone loves spaghetti. Everyone's eating, they're laughing, it's all good. After dinner, the mom's like, "Oh, don't throw your plate away, I'll take care of it. You guys go hang out." Caleb's like, "All right, cool, that's nice." Well, a few days later, he comes back and he's looking in the freezer for ice cream. And the freezer's packed. Rows of plastic containers, each one of them labeled with a name. Evan, March 4th, Caleb, March 7th? What is going on? And he's staring at these containers and the one that has his own name on it. His friend walks in. "Oh yeah, my mom keeps all the leftovers from my friends when they eat here." "Dude, why?" "She says it's for the memories. I don't know. Wanna go play football in the backyard?" "I actually don't feel good anymore, man. I think I'm gonna call my parents and I'm gonna go home." Well, eventually the shock of this whole situation wears off, and he goes back to his friend's house a few months later. He decides to check the freezer, and his container was still there. Same date, same food, perfectly frozen. That was the last time he was ever at that house. Yeah, kinda creepy. It was just a normal sleepover. Normal house, normal family, until dinner. Because the second one of them opened the fridge door, everybody stood up in unison and held hands. And they all whispered this:
"We want to thank you for the food in the fridge."
Huh? Milk. This kid's like, "What the heck? What the heck?" And they did it every time somebody went to the fridge. For ketchup, for butter, Parmesan cheese, the same thing. "We want to thank you for the food in the fridge." Well, it got even weirder at 2 a.m. This kid's laying in bed and he's hungry. His friend's sleeping, so he decides he's gonna sneak downstairs, get in the fridge, nobody's awake so it should be fine, and he's gonna grab something. Well, he gets up and he sneaks down there. He's tiptoeing. He opens the fridge as quietly as possible. And then, "We want to thank you for the food in the fridge." Oh! And then she scurried away. What had happened was she heard him get up. She assumed he's going downstairs to get something from the fridge, maybe, and she couldn't risk not saying her little thank you line. So she went down there. He immediately called his mom. "Mom, what? It's 2 a.m. You gotta pick me up. Please." And she did. And he never slept over there ever again. This kid was digging around in his backyard. Why? Well, the answer's pretty disturbing. You see, he knew the previous owners of this house had buried their dead cat in the backyard, so he was trying to dig up the bones. Here. Perfect. This kid was pretty young. Well, he found the cat skull, and this was his plan to make some money. The tooth fairy never said it had to be human teeth. I'm gonna be rich. So he took all the teeth off of the cat's skull, brought them inside, and put them under his pillow. I can't wait. Good night. I'll see you soon, tooth fairy. Goes to sleep, wakes up, looks under his pillow, and obviously the teeth are still there. What the heck? What's wrong, sweetie? The tooth fairy never came. Oh, you lost a tooth? You didn't tell me. It wasn't my teeth, look. The mom looks under the pillow, and she was horrified. Oh my God. Where did you get those? I dug up a cat's corpse. Give me those. Get in the kitchen. Now, we're having a talk. And that was the day he learned that what he did was super messed up. At one sleepover, this kid woke up to the craziest thing. Somebody is shaking him in the dark. He opens his eyes and there's a grown man standing over him, breathing heavy, eyes bloodshot. Who are you? The kid can't even speak because he's absolutely horrified. I said, who are you? He glances over to his friend across the room and says, dude, help me. Uncle Benny, that's my friend. He's sleeping over. And there was an instant shift. Oh, my bad. And he leaves the room. Bro, I don't think I'm gonna sleep over here anymore. Yeah, that's valid. One Saturday morning, this kid's at a grocery store with his mom. They shop a bit, and now they're in the cashier line. Oh, sweetie, I forgot to get a gallon of milk. Can you go get one for me, please? Sure, Mom. It's a simple job, so he goes, he gets the milk, and he's jogging back to the cashier. Well, right when he gets there, he trips, the jug falls out of his hand, and the milk spills everywhere. Under carts, onto shoes, people are so mad, he has no idea how to respond to this. This kid has anxiety. So what he does is he gets down on all fours and he tries to scoop it up. But why would that work? He has nowhere to put it. Then this kid freaks out and he tries to lick it off the floor like he's a freaking house cat. His mom was so stunned she couldn't even speak. Finally, this old guy came over. He had a mop. "Kid, move. I'll clean the milk." The mom was so embarrassed, she didn't even buy anything. She left all of her items at the belt, and she left the store with her kid. That's wild. They were ding-dong ditching. Ready? House after house after house. Well, after about an hour and a half of doing this, they picked the wrong house. It was a new guy. He just moved in. Old dude, and he was always home. "I'm always home." Well, what these kids didn't know was that in his last neighborhood, ding-dong ditchers basically ruined his life. They are the reason he moved. Every single night. So when he moved to this neighborhood, he adjusted. His TV chair was now right by the front door. He always had the TV volume low and the lights dimmed. And he trained himself very well on one particular thing. If he hears the doorbell, he answers it immediately. "I will not let it happen again." Anyway, back to the kids. They're flying down the sidewalk, laughing. "All right, Jacko, you're up." "All right." He jogs to the door, he presses the bell, and right as he's about to run away, the door opens immediately. I got one. Oh God. His friends ran away. "Oh, you're not going anywhere, little guy." He then says this to him. "I know where each and every one of you live. If you ding-dong ditch my house one more time, you'll be cow's milk." The old guy then lets him go, but they listened. Nobody ding-dong ditched that old guy's house ever again. Every single dog in the neighborhood knew this kid, even the mean ones. This kid made it a point. Every afternoon he would walk the neighborhood, stopping at every fence of every house that had a dog. Small dogs, big dogs, mean dogs, dogs with the sign, "Do not pet." The ones that would bark nonstop, the ones that would continuously growl. He would go to each one. He would crouch, he would talk to them softly, bring them pieces of ham or chicken or turkey. "Hey, you're a big mean dog, are you? Hey, here's some turkey. Oh, here's some chicken. Yeah. Oh, here's a toy." Day after day, he was earning the respect of these dogs. Some dogs took weeks, some dogs took months, but eventually every single dog knew him and loved him. To the point where whenever he would walk by, the barking and growling would stop, and they would start wagging their tails. Well, one afternoon, this kid is sitting in his front yard. He's carving a little canoe out of a log with a knife. He's focused, like he's some sort of woodsman. "Yeah, it's very nice. This is good cedar." Then he hears it. Heavy paws, deep growling, the rattling of a collar. And he looks up. Down the street, one of the neighborhood's scariest, meanest dogs got loose. And this dog is sprinting towards a neighbor that's walking alone. The neighbor does not know what to do, so he freezes. This kid knows this is freaking bad. This dog is about to attack this guy. So he tries to stop it. He stands up and he yells, "Rufus!" The dog skids to a stop, takes his eyes off the neighbor, and looks at the kid. And immediately the dog is now happy. He jogs past the neighbor, straight to the kid. The kid gives him some turkey and takes him by the collar. He then walks the dog back to his house and knocks on the door. "Hi, so your dog likes me, but he doesn't like everybody. You gotta get him some training. I saved you big time today." Kid then goes back to his yard, sits down, and finishes carving the canoe out of the wood. Like nothing happened. What an absolute legend.